I have a serious problem. Okay, or Oki. I spell it O-K-E-Y. Oki. So I am a gap year student and reapplying this following round. My quote-unquote friend, who's a rising senior and also looking forward to apply, read some of my essays and said they were stellar. The problem is, when I sent them the Google Docs, they copy-pasted them into theirs and told me they will use them. Skull emoji. Firstly, it's my work. It is so selfish for anyone to label another one's hard work as theirs. Secondly, I feel so betrayed by this because I trusted this person more than anyone else. The thing is, I was planning on reusing them for some universities, and they said they will apply with them to the same universities I applied to this year. Do colleges in the U.S. notice if someone plagiarized from a past applicant? Even if they got in or didn't get in? Should I email them or just let this person do whatever? I don't know what to do. Honestly, please help. Okay, this is on R applying to college. So first of all, you did quote marks around friend, and I think that was accurate because I don't think a real friend would do this. So first of all, I'd talk to this quote-unquote friend and say, hey, if you were my friend, you wouldn't copy my essays and steal my essays. And I am going to use these essays for my applications. And if you use my essays for my applications, then first of all, you are not my friend. And second of all, because you are not my friend, and again, this is a decision you have to make, but this is what I do. Because you're not my friend, I don't care. And remember, I've already applied to these universities with similar essays. So whenever I send in my application with revised versions of the essays I sent them last time around, which remember, I didn't get in last time, so good on you for using stellar essays that I didn't get in to the university with. Thanks for stealing them. So whenever I send in upgraded and modified versions of these, again, previously failed essays to the university, and then also send a note to my admissions counselor saying, hey, FYI, XYZ person has also applied to the university, and I sent them my essays so that way they could help me proofread my essays as a friend, and they turned around and decided to use them for their application. Whenever I tell them that, then they will know that you stole my essays, because again, they can check that in their system because they've already seen my application before, and then you will not get into the university because you plagiarized in the application process, and that would violate their honor code. So, what do you want to do? So again, this is like hardball with your friend, and that's what I would do. And yes, this is a serious problem. First of all, you have a crappy friend, or as a person, or your friend is a chasing butt. As a callback to a previous question, just remove chasing. Your friend is a butt, and somebody else earlier in the podcast used a 3-letter word for that. You said you trusted this person more than anyone else. That sucks. That really hurts. And I just feel so bad for you that you've been betrayed in this way. Let's see what everybody else had to say about this. Everybody else had to say, you learned a hard lesson about high school seniors and trust. Not much you can do except to speak with your high school counselor if you attended the same high school. It's not merely selfish, it's unethical, and can get people rejected from colleges if the colleges were to find out. It is possible for a college to use for plagiarism checkers. Same goes for Reddit. PSA, do not give your essays out to unverified posters or people online, or post them on the internet, lest they be copied or otherwise find their way into a plagiarism checker. People do come to Reddit and to other applying to college platforms to steal essays, and unsuspecting seniors come here all the time asking for an internet stranger to read their essays, but it's a bad idea. Person said, I got into this university, but I'm not going because of financial issues. They said they will use the same essays that got me in to apply for it. I don't want them or me to get in trouble. I'm honestly so lost. Okay, so you did actually, okay, so scratch back the part where I said your unsuccessful essay. It sounds like they were successful. I'm sorry for talking about them in that way. They were wonderful. But this person is behaving very horribly, and they don't deserve to get in. And it's possible that an admissions officer can remember your essay from last year. And you said they're smart enough. I don't think they will apply to the same universities. I thought you said they are. Okay, now I'm confused. But yeah, I would warn them that they will get rejected for plagiarism, and academic dishonesty is a huge no in the college world. It is. What I do is, if you're applying to the colleges, apply early. Do not wait for the deadline to come, and email your admissions officer that you're applying early because a quote-unquote friend is displaying unethical behavior after they gave feedback on your essay. That's great advice. And that's the route I would take. Similar to what my original advice was. My original advice was super spicy, but now I know new information. But that's what I'd do. And your admissions officer, they should be receptive to you reaching out to them and say thank you. Thank you for reporting unethical behavior. And you can even tell them, hey, look, this is my story. You can interview me. You can talk to me. This is my story. And you can even talk to XYZ University. They admitted me with these essays because it was my story. So I wish you the best of luck. That sucks that somebody took advantage of you. And I wish you the best of luck with getting into your universities. I hope there's an update there. All right, so that was this episode of the Engineering Success Podcast. Stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and shut off this episode of the podcast, and then I'm going to record the bonus podcast for the 25th episode of the Engineering Success Podcast, so you have more content to listen to while I'm in the midst of my move. But thank you for listening to this episode of the Engineering Success Podcast. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, send your questions to engring.success@gmail.com. Keep your eyes peeled for our next interview, and support the podcast if it's within your means. I really appreciate your support. I'll check in with you guys later. This has been episode 24 of the Engineering Success Podcast. Signing off. Thanks for watching this segment of the Engineering Success Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All those things really help me out. They boost me up in the YouTube algorithm, and they'll help other people see this great content. Make sure to recommend the podcast to your friends. You can listen to it on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcasts content from. And make sure you leave me 5-star reviews, like all my videos, and consider subscribing on Patreon or Anchor. All those things help me out, and I really appreciate it. Catch you in the next one.
Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.